Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome back to this episode 12 of Sip and Spill. I am Taylor Waits, DJ, writer, blogger, Black woman, boss ass bitch. And this is my podcast, Sip and Spill. It's a podcast about me and my experience as a Black woman, and other Black women in my life and people that I love. On this episode today, we are going to be talking about Black girl magic, the magic of healing, the magic of nurturing as a Black woman. And here with me, I have my amazing guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, it's your girl, Sensei Jay. Come back from the dojo, of course.
Yes!
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Yes, I've got my girl Sensei with me. We got Jay on the podcast. I've been wanting to have you here for a while. Not only because I enjoy your content, as you know, but also because when I think of having a show full of other people that are in my life that I'm experiencing, my roommate's cat is going off and I stand her.
He is like he's a stan. He is stan Sensei. He knows there's some bad bitch shit going on, and he's just like, I stand. He's yes. Like,
oh my god,
it's all support. It's
which
all
is literally
support.
the exact reason why I wanted you on the podcast, like another queer, amazing woman, Black woman, that can talk about our experiences, especially in this age, especially in this time in 2020. This past week, we are in the second week of June, and to the future us, like, this shit is fucking crazy. Like,
this next 6 months is gonna be some shit. I'm just saying it. I'm gonna say it out loud. This next 6 months is gonna be some shit, and if shit goes as bad as my brain has escalated to go, we might not even get to vote by November because we'll be in martial law. I'm just saying, but if shit goes how good it could be and the other part of my brain, y'all better run. And
y'all better.
Y'all is.
Yeah, we're gonna be right there. We're gonna be
right there.
Somebody else's foot is gonna be on someone else's neck, and we'll see where the fuck that.
Look. It was never on mine. It was never on mine. Okay.
Period. No, period. So today, as I said, we're gonna get into this healing, especially with this week, especially with this time, especially with this age. There's been a lot of restoration, nurturing, and healing that is both needed in the Black community, especially the Black queer community, as well as something that's really forgotten about, or things that we really don't actually talk about all the time. Yes, Hope, exactly. Let's talk about nurturing. Let's talk about magic. But before we get into all the good stuff, let's play a game.
Yes. Okay.
Before we get into the game, can we tell everybody what we're sipping on?
Oh yes. This is most definitely some good green tea.
Yes.
I drink tea every morning, and I feel like this is the only thing keeping me and Corona apart. Even if it's not true, this every day, this makes me feel secure in myself, and everything else that I'm doing to not get Corona, this makes me feel like I'm never gonna get it.
Yes, you literally have vaccine
and natural sugar, not that bleach shit, the natural brown sugar. Oh.
Period. Exactly. Y'all get into tea. I put my own tea. This is some Malibu rum, mango with pink lemonade. Yes, pink lemonade and lime. Did I say lemon? Oh, lemon juice to splash in, and some grenadine. Just a little bit.
You need to do whole recipes. You should make the drink.
Period. I'm already gonna make the drink. But before we got on the call, let me make sure. Before we got on the call, we picked 3 would you rather questions. If you don't already know how would you rather goes, we ask each other a question and we answer it. So we're gonna go and make sure we go back to those. I can start if you want, or I guess I would be asked the question first if you'd like. Otherwise,
See, I have on my phone, so you want me to ask the question first, or are you gonna ask?
You ask first.
Okay. All right. Would you rather go to the past and meet your ancestors, or go to the future and meet your grandchildren?
That's a tricky question. I feel like as a Black person, especially on this tip of magical and healing, there's this idea of Sankofa, that we can reach back into time and also go forward into time. if we know ourselves and know our history and where we come from. So I feel like I have a really good understanding of my past as well as my future. So it just more so is like, who am I more interested in talking to? And to be honest, I feel like I'd be more interested in talking to someone from the past than from the future. Like, you're already, like, I'm gonna be dead. I don't give a fuck what y'all are doing. Like, I'd rather see what y'all were doing, you know what I mean? Instead of, also just because of like my social sort of activism tip, I would also like to sort of see how my ancestors navigated those spaces, how they found joy, to have those one-on-one conversations with people. Like, I am the future. So,
Yeah.
you know,
I feel the exact same way. Like, you know, like fuck them kids.
period.
Fuck them kids. My grandkids. I don't. I'm gonna meet them eventually. Like they're my grandkids, unless something like
Exactly.
tragic happens. God forbid. But like,
Exactly. They'll know what the fuck is up.
but like, I'm gonna see them. Like, but I really want to go back to my ancestors, like you said, to like really. I really want to. I really want to go talk to like these spiritual leaders, and not like spiritual leaders in Christianity sense. I'm like spiritual healers and stuff like that. Like shit, I wish I was like an avatar. I want to go to the I
Yes.
want to go to the northern water tribe and talk to the
Exactly.
spiritual guides, the spiritual
Period.
people,
I'm
the
trying
real
to talk to my past
healers.
lives.
Thank you. I want to talk to past lives. I want to talk to spiritual healers. Like, how did you do it? What did you achieve? How far did you achieve? What can I achieve? Like, how much concentrate? Like, I want to be taught. I need a mentor at that speed. Like, not someone I gotta teach. Like,
Right.
uh,
What had happened? Like,
I don't even date young dudes. Why would I? Why would I talk to?
I'm screaming. We don't cross that boundary. Mm-mm.
I don't talk to young people, young girls, no young nothing.
I'm
You can't
screaming.
do anything for me.
Ah!
You cannot make me learn and support myself. I don't want to do wild and reckless shit with you. Like,
Exactly. Doing wild and reckless shit with people from the past would most definitely be. They were already doing wild and reckless
they
shit.
already know. Like, they
So they
know.
were just like, I'm really getting introduced to the wild and recklessness. So that is most definitely my answer to that question. So
Okay.
let me ask mine. Mine is, would you rather have a family of 12 children, or never be able to have children at all?
Oh Jesus. See, like, I don't have kids right now, and it's looking pretty good.
I'm
But like,
screaming.
I like, okay, so I'm not even gonna lie, I'm not gonna cap. Like, I always talk about like not wanting kids, and like I don't think I really want to push them out of me. For
Yes.
like that aspect, like I don't think that's cute. Like, I don't, that
Right.
pregnancy thing, that
I,
push, that doesn't seem fun. It
right.
doesn't seem like something I should have to experience. But
Right.
like women, it's a whole experience. Like, no, that's not my womanness. That's not
Exactly.
me. But
Yeah.
like, if I could adopt and change 12 kids as
Mm,
lives, and like, not saying I'm going to be the perfect super mom, like, no,
right.
but like I could better 12 different children's mothers, like, even if it was through adoption or surrogate or having some, then I could see that, as long as I didn't have them by myself, like a good support system, a
Right.
good partner, a good family, which I do have. So like
Right.
I could do that as long as I didn't have to push out all 12, like, or one for that matter. But
Right.
like,
Yeah, everybody knows I'm team fuck pregnancy. I think it is gross. I'm not on that tip. And that's for me. If you want to bear children, like, shout out to you,
your
but
problem. That
I
is
could
your
never put a child in my uterus, in my uterusy. That's barred.
and
That's
think it's gonna come out. Where's it gonna come out at?
exactly me.
You're not gonna cut me.
Right. Period. So I'm with you there. I feel you.
I feel
Thank
that.
you.
Okay. Let me find. Okay, so would you rather be proposed to? I know how you feel about relationships and stuff, but and I really want to know how this will feel because I know how you feel about
Don't
relationships.
do it.
Would you rather be proposed to in private or in front of your friends and family?
Um, I'm dying at you saying this because you're like, I know how you feel about it. I'm like, I'm screaming. As everyone knows, I also think monogamy's dead. But I don't think that getting married is dumb. I don't think that getting married is something that you shouldn't do. I think that you can be married and have multiple partners, or you can get married to a lot of people, to multiple people. over different spans of your life. And I definitely want to be proposed to. It don't have to be for a wedding, but it should be for something. Like, I feel like I want the experience of being proposed to, of knowing that someone is like, oh, I'm ready, blah, 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 and then knowing that I won't marry them. Like, that would just be the better part of it. So I most definitely want the experience. If you're trying to
That's so
propose to me, like,
awful.
no, literally, if you're trying to propose to me and have a wedding, like, I'm all down for it. Like, I'm ready
But
to
she
go.
doesn't want the marriage part. Like, I will do the
Just know that we
whole
won't live in the same house. We probably won't ever see each other. Like, but
again. Like, this is it.
but I will have a marriage with you. Like, that just sounds fun. If straight people get to do it for shits and giggles, why can't I? So,
Exactly.
you know, I'll do it. But I think I would rather be proposed to, it said in private, right?
In private or in front of your friends and family?
Mostly in private. I feel like if we're not fucking right after you propose to me, like, I'm really upset. I don't really want anyone else around, because once the proposal's over and I've said yes, we need to get to the next part. And if there are family, y'all need to go. Like, we need to go home. What?
See, I'm conflicted because, like, that aspect does play. Or, like, what if I want to say no, but, like, you brought all of our friends and family here? Like, what if I'm cheating? Like, what if I plan to break up with you at this time? Like, what if, like, I plan to break? Because, like, the type of person I am, I don't know why I'm so evil, but, like,
Libra energy.
But, like, when I do things, like, when I break up with people, I like to make experiences out of it. Like, I like to, like, when I was in, like, high school, like, I wrote out this how I'm going to break up with someone on my arm and showed it to, like, every class period before I got to that class. I had such an ass. So by the time I got to him, he already had suspicions.
Exactly. Everybody in literally the whole school knew. Get ready.
My classes, like, get ready. She's about to go fuck some shit.
She's literally about to pull up and tell you the truth. I love that. You just need to warn people about when you're coming for that ass.
Like, cause, like, when I come for you, like, when I'm done with you,
right.
I'm done with you, and
right.
I want everybody and their mama to know it, because, like, I hold myself to a standard, like, I'm not falling back.
Exactly.
Like, I think I've only fallen back once, and
don't come for me unless I'm really sent for you.
Exactly, and that was just stupid. We weren't even in a relationship. I fell back for the sex.
What? Oh, don't get me wet. don't get me excited.
Yeah, but I'm like, I would love, like, if it's somebody I love and I want to be with, like, do it in front of my friends and family. Like, take time to make it purposeful, make it because I am a family-oriented person too. Like, make it purposeful, make it loving, make it, like, knowledgeable of me, make it for me. Don't sit here and make this extraordinary thing for someone like that. That's just not how I am. Like, sit there and buy me something I don't like, or do something I'm not gonna like. Do something that's meaningful to me, meaningful to us. Make some kind of purposeful, but, like, if it's just some run-of-the-mill, like, engagement at a restaurant, like, don't do that. Like,
literally,
like,
that's not
necessary. Feed me and take me home. Like, don't
take me home.
Take me home. Do it there, so we can do sex, like I said. Or, like, make it purposeful and meaningful to me, you. Like, if you want to propose to me in the middle of the Louis Vuitton store with a bag, and, like, my family just comes out as, like, store people, that would be great. Like, that's something I like. I like shopping. I like nice things.
Period.
I like shiny things.
I love notifications to my Cash App or myself.
Yeah, like,
love a good PayPal notification. So that's really how I want to be proposed to be honest.
Like,
let me. Period. Ooh, so my next question is: would you rather have nosy neighbors or noisy neighbors?
Noisy neighbors, because, like, if it's a good time, I can go have that good time with you. Like, because usually noisy neighbors are more inviting. They want to have conversation with you and have, like, they have a good time, like parties and stuff, and they'll like invite you over because they do know about the noise. Like, if it's some domestic violence shit, I'd still rather have that because they in their business and
I'm screaming.
Like if she beat his ass, well, fuck, you just getting your ass beat. Like
I'm
I
screaming.
take that back. I am not for domestic violence at all. But like if it's like on a positive tip, like it's never any like just straight up like this violent noise or something like that. They're not sawing at 3 a.m. or hammering on their roof at some extreme time of night. That's fine. Like that's I could deal with that. But no nosy neighbors who what you doing? How you doing? Like bitch, if you don't find somewhere else to be, that's see, I think there's a lack of minding your business in the
Yeah.
white community
Yeah, I was about
that
to say being black is always
that,
having
that
a
could
nosy
get you
neighbor.
beat up. Like they
Yeah,
don't do that. Like that can get you beat up. That can get your ass whooped. Because
period.
then you end up in places that you're not supposed to be in because
Exactly.
you weren't paying attention to your business.
Period.
Period.
Who?
So I can deal with noisy neighbors. Like be rowdy, do it. Like,
Ah!
go ahead, but don't bring that shit over here. Just
Right. Like be
like y'all
black
have a
over
good
there.
time. If you
Period.
having a good time, offer me a plate. I can come dance with your uncle, whatever. We can have a good time. Sauce it
Exactly.
up, whatever it is. Like,
Exactly.
but please do not be in my business at 4 a.m. talking about who is that? Who is who? Like,
Yeah.
pull up my house.
I can't even have experience with nosy neighbors. Not yet. So let's hope I don't. I don't need any.
I can't. I literally like I had nosy like roommate in college, and I'm just like,
Oh fuck that.
oh
No.
my god, like I love that this bitch would go home every weekend. But like we
Yes.
come back and just be like, I know you're smoking and I wish you wouldn't smoke. And God, I hope God, bruh, I had the funniest roommate my sophomore year, bruh. She was like a grad student. She was very Catholic. And like I used to see smoking, cursing, and having fun. Okay.
Ah!
Like I wasn't worried about nobody's religion. I was just dipping
And
into the
she was
fucking herb.
pressed.
Like she was pressed. She was like, "I'm gonna pray for you," and wrote these notes and slid them under my door. Like
Exact. Oh no,
it
not.
wasn't even like nosy. It was just like passive aggressive.
Yeah, I
But
was
like,
about to say I don't like passive aggressiveness. No.
I don't like passive aggressive either.
Mm.
Oh, that's a good question. Would you rather like live with a passive aggressive person for a year
Mm-hmm.
or an aggressive person? Like not like saying they can get dangerously aggressive. Like people can get dangerously passive aggressive. They can get
Right.
dangerously aggressive. Like
Yeah.
dangerously passive aggressive is like that's fine, and then calling the cops on you because you're smoking weed.
I'm
And like
screaming.
dangerously aggressive is like bitch smoke another blunt again. I'm gonna fight you. Like
I'm screaming. I'd rather definitely the latter. I have definitely had dangerously passive aggressive and had that exact situation happen to me where somebody was just acting like, or really wasn't speaking to me, was really just acting like a weirdo, one of my roommates. And I had been smoking in my apartment for going on a year at that point. And all of a sudden she got up and ran out the room and then called the cops. And I wasn't home at the time. I went to go get something to eat with my friends. But I got a call from my other roommate, like, girl, she called the cops. And I'm like, for what? Like, I haven't spoken to her in close to 6 or 7 months, and she's gonna call the cops on me? Like, that's so weird.
but that's
And
so
she was
funny.
definitely the worst roommate I've ever had, because then I had to hold myself back from needing to be aggressive with her ass and pull up and be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But the apartment sided on my side because she definitely, like most white women do, even though this was a black woman, she was acting very Karen-ish, and her leave out looked like Karen too. And she most definitely was trying to utilize the power of the police against me, in that situation, and lost. And the apartments most definitely ruled that she did that out of no reason, and that she shouldn't have done that, and that she had to move out. And I continued to smoke in my apartment, have a great time in her empty room. It was lit.
Oh my god. See, I've had really bad roommates
Yeah.
before. Almost getting jumped in my apartment by my roommate and her two cousins who were bumming in my apartment.
Oh my god.
Yes. Like, okay, so my junior year, well,
Yeah.
the summer before junior year, I moved into this apartment, and the dude, I should have listened. He was like, they do smoke cigarettes or whatever in there. I'm like, that tells you the quality of people. If like you smoke cigarettes, you don't care about yourself or anyone else.
I'm
Like
screaming.
you can't tell me if you drool, you smoke cigarettes or whatever that you care about your entire in your body or my own. And that should have been like the caliber of person I was dealing with.
Right.
And like she just used to she used to come in my room, and like me and my best friend lived together like over the summer because we were working. Like we like stayed in the bed together. Like we lived together. And like so we'd be in my room and smoking or whatever. She was like the plug or whatever. So we get some from her, having a good time, conversations. Like it was casual, like really fun at first. Like actually she did get her that's another story for another time. But oh my god, when I tell you, you're gonna be like, what the fuck? But like no, like she was like sit here and we'd smoke and she'd talk to us and be like, man, I wish they would leave. That girl ain't even supposed to be here. That girl, she had to go to the hospital to get her like vagina drained because she sat on that couch after having sex and didn't clean herself. Like my door lock, they used to use the bathroom in my room before I moved in. And like she like went down and told us everything, like they not supposed to be here no more. So if they show up, let me know. If they come here, like don't let them in, yada yada yada.
Oh
Like
God.
she sat there and did all that. And then when I was like, bruh, y'all not like, they came in, I was like, how'd y'all get in here? And they were like, they didn't want to. I was like, y'all not even supposed to be here, man. They told me she didn't want y'all here no more. Like y'all can't stay here. Like y'all need to get out.
Period.
Yada yada yada. And they were like, so they call her. She like, you told them to get out. You told them. I was like, bruh, we just had a whole conversation last night.
You said if they come to tell them to leave.
Like I was in my shirt and stuff. Like I had to put on pants and gear myself up. Like, bitch, you gotta have me come out of my pocket. I'm like, you just said 2 nights ago how they weren't supposed to be here no more, and how I was like, really, son? So you gonna act like that? Like I was like, we could go. Like I got shit in my pockets. Like I'm gonna stab everybody here. I can fight. Look, we can fight. If you can get stabbed. And you can get stabbed, and she can get stabbed.
I'm screaming. Everyone can catch a stabbing.
Everyone can catch a stab. How is it that like I have to argue with you not only at my bedroom door, but at the front door, and then y'all leave? Like she's like, you want to go outside? Take your glasses off. Well, I'm gonna take my glasses off to fight you. You can get these hands regardless. Like
I see it too. The fuck? I want to see.
I want to see me whoop your ass. Like
period. Okay, let me ask you a question.
So horrible. So I'm like, that like extra passive aggressive shit. Like, how can you be passive aggressive to your family, but then aggressive to me? Talk about, no, you can't tell my guests when to come and when to go. We don't say shit about when.
Girl, bye.
My best friend's in my room, not bothering anyone. She's not on my couch, smelling up my house and shit like that. She's in my room. She can use my bathroom for hygiene and stuff. Her stuff is in here. Like she is welcome to the shower and stuff. Obviously you don't want your guests in your room if you lock them out. Like
very weird. You seem hurt. Contradictory.
Bruh, I'm like, I'm so confused.
Okay, I'm gonna ask the last question.
Okay.
Would you rather spend the night in a luxury hotel room or camping surrounded by beautiful scenery? I like that question.
See, I like outdoors from like a little scope.
Yeah.
I do daytime outdoor activities.
Yeah.
I don't do nothing where there could be like a possum.
Right.
Like I'm deathly scared of possums. I seen one last night in my yard. I almost lost my life. The life almost left my body.
you literally flew out. We see.
I seen it. I had to catch myself.
Ah!
But, I love like luxury hotels. I love hotels, but hotels are gross in so many different circumstances. But I love going to a good hotel, like getting a massage, like using the resources at the hotel. Like if you you date one dude with some money and it changed your life, okay? If you've never had yourself spoiled at a hotel before and been able to use the amenities of the hotel, I'm talking about pool, jacuzzi, the massage people, the facial people. If you never had that kind of treatment,
exactly,
then it's a difference. But like staying outside and with rocks and shit, like
rocks,
dirt. And like it depends on the scale of camping, because it's like luxury camping. Like if I have a nice camper and I walk out and I see beautiful starry scenery, that's cool. Like I'm inside, I'm safe away from the possums that are outside.
Right.
I can do that. So I'm gonna say, he said one night, this the whole like, but the massage.
Yes.
You can't really smoke in a luxury hotel like you want to.
You,
You can,
you
but it
can.
depends. It just depends on the money
You
you got.
can.
You can, you can,
You can.
but like outside, like it just be like it's just so fun to be outdoors because like there's so many different options that you could have.
I
But if
love
I got to spend like one night, dang, this is hard. So you say one night.
one night, luxury hotel or a beautiful scenery outdoors, camping, and I guess it could
Why
be
can't
glamping.
I have
It doesn't
like
have
a
to be like
lovely scenery while I'm inside the hotel?
right. How about we just have a hotel room with a good view? How about that?
Where you know most hotel views are just other hotel views.
Exactly. Fall
Unless you get
without,
like the inside where the pool is, or depending on how it's built. Like
yeah.
your luxury hotel, like unless it's by the beach, it's not gonna have a good view. It's gonna be a
No.
view of another luxury hotel
It's
because they're
gonna
all
be
built around each other in a city.
exactly.
Like I don't know. I do love being outdoors, like in some aspects, but at the same time, I do love the massage and amenities of hotels. Like I
Yes.
like not cleaning up after myself. Like when you go to camp, you gotta make sure nothing's out because you don't
Right.
want to
There's
drag
lots of
anything.
preparation and also cleanup for camping.
See, like that's too much. It's too much. I'm gonna go with the luxury hotel, and I guess that just expresses how much of a bougie bitch I am.
I'm
But
screaming. Come on, bougie
I'm
bitch.
fancy, see, like take
One
me to
burp for the bougie bitch. I had to burp for you.
oh wow.
Get it, get it. And while we're on the subject of you, can you go ahead and tell the people who you are, what it is that you do?
Hi,
Yep.
my name is Jay McGee. I am the sensei, Sensei Jay. I'm a YouTuber, content creator, event planner, manager, whatever. All around badass bitch.
All of that.
I'm a boss because I hate taking orders from people, and I'm not really good at ordering people around. But yeah, well, actually, I am. I'm really too good at it. I'm honestly too good at it. That's
I'm
why I don't
screaming.
really have those inter people skills like.
Right. Humble brag.
Humble brag. But I'm just an all around like this creative person who has amazing dreams, legal aspirations, I guess, or politic aspirations, but these politicians be frauds and I will never
Period.
be one of those people. So I don't like to align myself with them.
Yeah.
But if I have to label it politician, I guess.
A woman
I,
of the people, period.
yeah, I'm just a person who likes to do badass shit. And happen
Exactly.
to be feminine, queer person.
Period. Do you have anything that you're working on right now that you want people to check out? Maybe the name of your YouTube channel?
Yes, check out my channel. It's Sensei Jay. I have 2 new videos updated, like about different things that are going on. I'm trying to not like switch my channel completely because my channel has more of a healing sense to it.
Uh-huh.
But I do want to talk. I am going to start talking about more political stuff, along with some of like my political stuff, along with some of my like healing aspirations. Because I'm also a healer. I'm also an empath.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also a caring person.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have to take care of my people, my women, my Black community. I want to take care of their mental health and their internal health as they deal with the external turmoil that's going on. And I want to fix that politically.
Yes, go off. Come on, orator. So if y'all don't already know, I'm going to make sure to put all of this below, obviously, so that you guys can go ahead and obviously link up with Sensei Jay. Make sure that y'all go to her YouTube video, follow her on Instagram, all that good stuff.
Come back to the dojo, we have some good talks.
Exactly.
We have some good talks, some deep talks.
Some great talks, literally. I'm always in the comments bustling about being a baddie, like, girl, yes. I'm usually always like, I love to listen to my friends' content when I'm like, doing work or if I'm editing a photo or something, because then I'll be editing something. You right, bitch, and just
right.
just be put back into that place of I know what I'm doing, I know where I'm going, because I can see other people that I love that are amazing that are also doing similar things. So thank you for what you do, and thank you for being here.
Thank you. See, I like to listen to your content while I'm driving because I'm like, oh, baby. like,
Screaming.
cause I'm like, my eyes are focused on the road, but my ears and everything else are picking up everything else. And like, I'm
Yeah.
ADD, so I'm like
Yeah.
easily distracted. So I'm like, oh, this gives me two distractions. I can have
Yes.
on these two things, your
Yes.
voice and the road. And I just love it.
I'm the same. Keep being about boss ass bitch. We have to. So we're
Yeah.
gonna get into the meat and potatoes of why it is that we have this call today and what it is that we're talking about, and that is healing, nurturing, Black women's healing. And we just want to have like a small, not even a short conversation, but just a conversation in general about nurturing and what that means to us, and then also about healing and what that means to us, both in the context of us being like Black women, but also just in our personal experience, what that means. So first off, I'll definitely ask you, Jay, like, what is it that you, or what is a process that you feel like you go through to nurture someone else, or how is it that you like to be nurtured?
Um, I'm like, like nurturing is that motherly love, and like I give that to so many people. And it's like something I've been told, like Mama J, Mama J. I'm like, it's okay. You can call me what you want. Just
Yes.
can't be broke, bitch. Like you can call me what you want, but you gonna call me when you need me.
Exactly.
Don't call me when you need that good advice and you need someone to talk to. You need that shoulder to cry on. Like just I feel like nurturing is really being there for people and like making sure like, you know, how your dad or your mom, when they taught you how to ride a bike, they just had their hand on your back. It's not really holding it and doing it for you, but just keeping this pushing to keep on you to keep going.
Yeah.
When you feeling like you're distraught, or when you're feeling like you just like can't pick it up, and like I'm like, no, you can just keep going and keep pushing that person, and not to like push them to do stuff that like they don't want to do, but like just keep pushing them to do whatever they are doing in life.
Exactly.
And let them know that they're not the only person in this position. They're not the only one feeling this way, and just like empathy with them. Because like I can always feel how other people feel. I always say I hate talking to people, hate getting close to people, because like I can feel like different things that they're going through, especially when we talk about different things. Like I can feel like that thing is happening to me that you're talking about. And I'm just like, oh my God. And like it just takes a lot of energy off of them and onto me sometimes. So it's a lot.
Yeah.
But that's another part of nurturing, is like giving that energy to people that they need to boost them. And sometimes taking that sadness away from them, and you do have to take it into yourself, but you can't let it corrupt you.
Right.
Learn. Avatar taught me that you can't let that evil energy corrupt you.
Gotta let it go.
You take that power from Ozark.
Period. He had to tell Korra, like, literally, Katara, you gonna meet up with this nigga, but whatever you feel, you need to feel it and then let it go. Don't let it ruin your life.
Let it go.
Most definitely, I feel like a lot of Black women specifically who are nurturers to me, and even myself, that's something that I always think about when I like to be nurtured, or when I need healing, when I need help. I need someone to help me get to sometimes I need people to help me figure out what it is that I want, like what are the goals here, especially when like my last, I feel like, nurturing experience where someone took care of me was my roommate, and I was drunk. I had woken up the next day after a hangover, and I hadn't thrown up the night before, which is like literally cause for the worst day of your life. The next day I had stomach aches, I had headaches, I was literally rolling on the floor just trying to figure out what was going on.
Get yourself together.
And literally my roommate, who's a white woman, she was just asking me, what is it that you need me to do? And I'm like, I really don't think you can help me right now because my stomach is just fucked. But if you could go get me some water from downstairs and some pills, and if you could close the door behind you and turn the lights off, that would be great. Like, that is nurturing to me, is when people feeling heard is nurturing, number one. And when people do what I tell them to do, not necessarily doing what I tell them to do, but also nurturing is when I'm with like my core group of queer folks, of just people in general, Black folks usually, who really give you that, I wouldn't call it tough love, but they kind of give you both aspects of like the realism to a situation. Like, especially being in grad school, I get a lot of like, this is how things are going to be, and this is where you can make your entrance to change those things, but also knowing that this is how things are going to be. But you can change them, but this is also how things are going to be. And so they're never like discouraging me from doing what I want to do, because I want to be in school, and I'm choosing to go through these difficult, very, heart-wrenching situations going to a PWI, but they are there to remind me and to carry me when I fall, or to feel like I'm going crazy, or I feel like people aren't listening to me. They're there to just offer advice and help me along my path. Well, Taylor, what is it that you're here in grad school to do? Who is it that you're trying to meet with? Why are you going to this conference? You know, sometimes it can kind of be overwhelming nurturing, because other people, like you said, other people do this thing with me where they're like, I can understand where you're coming from and I really want to help. But my thing with nurturing is like, I don't need you to get in my head and feel where I'm coming from. I need you to help me get to the next step. Like, and without you being able to get me to that next step, I feel like you're not helping me. Like, I want to have a pity party for only so long. And then once I'm done with the pity party, I need you to tell me to get the fuck up and let's keep
Thank you. Push that. Push me to
period.
the next step. Make me take that next step. Don't sit here and just pacify my problems and urges. Like, I know my pain is real. Like,
Right.
everyone's like always looking for validation for their pain and stuff like that. Like, no, I know my pain is real. My validation for my pain is right here because I feel
Right.
it. I
Yeah.
don't need you to feel it for me. I feel it.
Right.
Like, I'm tired of feeling everybody else's pain. I'm feeling like, what can we do to fix it? What can we do to get retribution for it? Like, whatever we have to do, that's what we need to do. Like, I feel like I do need some of the nurturing that you're talking about. Like, I know what I want to do.
Yeah.
I talk to people and they like help me figure out things. Like, they'll help me figure out my like what I want to do, but they can't connect me with the person to do it, or they can't tell me the next step or something like that. I'm like, and I know not everything has a next step, you know, or not everyone knows the next step, but I don't have anyone in my life like that who can get me to that next part. I just have a bunch of people who like, oh, okay, like we're all at the same realization. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I need someone who's already done this.
No, and even on that vein of what you're talking about, I kind of really see the difference between nurturing and healing and what you're saying. And I feel like a nurturer is the person that helps you to get, is the one that helps you through your process of healing, right? Healing is not a destination, which is something that a lot of people will always say. You're not going to get to this point of, I am
You're not going to be healed.
Right.
I'm perfect. I'm God. Like,
Exactly.
no.
And things are done. But you can reach moments of healing. You can reach, you know, places of healing, or you can be healed from certain aspects of life, or even from a sickness. You know, if you get the flu, you can be healed.
Yeah.
As sometimes. And so it's really interesting that you say those things, because for me, especially as a mentor, I really like to nurture my mentees or people that I take under my wing to do not what I'm doing, but to do whatever they're doing, whatever their, I like to call it your brand, whatever your brand is, or whatever it is that you're pushing. Like, I want you to go further into that. And I'll question that. Well, if you're trying to be, you know, this doctor that helps to save people, how is it that this extends to Black women? How is it that you can then do this? And not necessarily to get in your ass about like, well, if this is what you say you want to do, you need to know it. But more so like, well, exactly. Like, I am here to make sure that you know this in and out. And if this is what you say, if you believe in yourself and doing this, I believe in you too. And so I have questions and I want to know the answers. You may not know the answers to those questions, but I will know that you're working on them. And sometimes where people mess up with me in that nurturing process, and what stops me, or something that, it doesn't stop me from getting to the point of which I want to get to, but it more so makes the healing process longer, I feel like. Yeah, when they are putting in their sort of like what I would do, or if I was in this situation, this is how I would go. And I feel like nurturing is never about, you can share your personal testimony, right, but it is never about trying to get someone to fall in line with what you're doing. And especially as Black women, sometimes we do this too much, where we're like, I'm a Black woman, you're a Black woman, so do these things because I've done them and this is how it works. And we need to be
your story is not my story.
No, it is literally not.
Not my experience. Just because you didn't experience something doesn't mean it wasn't real. So just because my experience is different from yours does not make your experience any less real at all, to this universe, to yourself, to you, and to others. I don't get why people do not get that. So like, just because you did this and you did these steps does not mean that's going to work for me. Just because you do this, you join this, and you do that does not mean if I do this, do that, join there, that it's going to go just like that for me. They might not accept me, or we might have different issues, different clashes, like even for different time periods. Just because I know some Black women who became lawyers in the past, and this is the way they do, this is the way you do things. I'm like, That's not the only way.
Exactly. There's other
It's
ways to do
not
things.
the only way.
I promise you. There's other ways to get things done.
People are
And
limited by their experiences.
exactly. And healing is your own experience. It really is. And the best part about finding people who are cognizant to that and who know how that's going is they're more so just trying to point or maybe make you aware of certain I like to call them like not signs, because people are like, I'm looking for a sign from the universe, and I think the universe does give us signs, but I think the universe more so gives us affirmations that we're going the wrong way, that we're going the right way, or it may give us warnings that we're on to something that maybe we didn't want to be onto. And
Yeah.
when I think of healing, especially as a queer person, I couldn't always go to the next Black woman next to me, because a heteronormative Black woman is not going to know my experience. And it's sometimes going to be very demeaning of my experience. And so what I've had to find healing in is in those signs and in those affirmations from the universe, right? Like something me and Jay talk about a lot is astrology and about energies within the universe, and how that's been so healing to me to be so much more in tune with my own energy as well as the energies that I'm aware of in the universe, in my family, things, energies that follow me, energies that are attached to me, and how I can navigate between those and use them to my benefit as a healing practice, really, for me, as a way for me to finally heal. Yeah.
It's healing itself is a personal journey, obviously. Like that's what you go to. So for someone to be like what you said with Black women, like you talk to another Black woman, well, you just need to pray, baby. I'm just
Right.
like, your hetero Christian normatives praying to who? Praying about what? What do I have to do this official prayer? Do I? Because I still don't know, as God be done, as say somebody's son. I don't know.
Ah!
I don't know that prayer. I don't. But I know when I talk to the universe and the universe talks back to me, I feel something.
Yeah.
So
Period.
like their head normal ways does not work for me
Yeah.
sometimes. It just they don't those your way of healing is not going to work for me in this situation all the time, especially different time periods, different things like that. I'm just like, things are changing, people are changing. Like I don't have to, and most times you're healing from things that happened to you with another Black woman.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Especially, especially
Black
this being
women hurt a lot of other Black women because we've also been conditioned to hate other Black women. We've been conditioned to think that Black women are in competition with us when that's clearly not the answer. We've all been conditioned to point fingers at everybody else other than our common enemy, which is white normativity and whiteness. And it's really sad sometimes the conversations that you can get into and kind of like I said, the undoing. And I have most definitely had an undoing of healing from people in the community because of something that they've mentioned or something that they said about my sexuality specifically. Or usually it has to deal with like where I'm going or where my soul is going or being confused about that. And like I said, something that is so healing to me that has brought me solace in those moments of like, oh my God, I don't feel secure as a gay person. Oh my God, I don't feel secure as whatever, is that I know my energy will return in a way or not. Now, I was remembering that there was this one time I was doing psychedelic drugs. So yeah, I was tripping with people.
Don't you love it?
And someone had told me that it just seems like I have many faces. Like I've been here a long time. And I like to tell people that I feel like I'm on maybe my second to last life. Like I feel like I'm almost there. Like I'm about to hit nirvana finally. Like I'm about to get out of this dumbass game because I feel like this life is a really good one. Like the one that I'm living right now, I feel like I'm learning a lot. I feel like I'm going through a lot. And I feel like my healing is in knowing what that journey is. And everybody's always focused on the end, like that you're gonna die. But I'm like, honey, that's the least of my worries. Bitch, I'm gonna come back as a fucking roach next time. And y'all gonna be mad as fuck at me. And I'm gonna be living all these lives. But it that's what's brought me healing, is other Black people reminding me that, you know, it is not, there is no singular answer as to a prayer or to this or to whatever. It's really what we can do and what we choose to imagine to do, which is why I love magic in general, or this idea of magic, you know?
Just using, just thinking like off of like things that you said, like having to deal with other Black women. So like I had to deal with my sexuality. Like I am a bisexual person. I am a bisexual female. I am femme. I dress like a boy half the time when I'm not in front of the camera. I'm dressed like a boy and I am comfortable.
Right.
And when I say dress like a boy, I'm wearing male clothes. These are in the male section. I don't mean what a boy should look like. Like that's just not how it works. Even though the clothes are on me, I still have a woman's body. So So like having to deal with my sexuality is like having to deal with like my mom being like, oh, bisexual. I feel like bisexual people just confused. Like I remember growing up, and she like she was never just outlandishly like I hate bisexual people, because she had gay people in her family. Like we have gay people in our family, but she was like, I just feel like bisexual people are confused. Either you do this or you do that, and I'm just like, and it was like a singular thing. And like growing up, like even in high school, I was like, I don't like these girls.
Right.
Like, and I just like realized like, oh, like I kept saying I'm straight. Like I think girls are pretty, and I think girls like this, but like I'm straight. Like I don't like none of y'all. Like,
Right.
like it wasn't until I got around females that I found attractive that I was just like, I'm not confused. Like, no,
Right.
I like men.
No, my
I'm
dick
not
is hard.
confused.
Like,
I do like men,
I'm not confused.
but I do also like these women. I do like this woman, and I do like these people. And so I'm like, I know, and I had to work through that, especially during like college. And I'm just like, am I gay?
Right.
How gay am I?
You always have those
Like,
questions like, what am I? Or how what is the scale of like gayness?
yes, I'm just like, and I had to work through and like had to realize like I'm not confused like at all. Like I've never been confused at all. I'm like, some days I say my husband, some days I say my wife, some days I say my partner. But fuck, like I never know who's gonna come along and be in my life. It could happen that I end up with a trans man, so I could say my wife or my husband.
Right. Exactly.
And whatever label works that doesn't discriminate against them is whatever it is. Like exactly.
And that feeling in and of itself is that journey of finding out what it is that is secure to you. Your own, basically finding your own definitions for things is what I feel like healing really is. Because like we all go through that, especially as queer folks, being like, am I presenting what I want to present? Are the people that are coming to me or are attracted to me, you know, blah, blah, blah. I really had a really hard time healing through my presentation. Because like you said, I have always leaned more towards dressing masculine like, because I am, as much as I like to stunt with an outfit and how much I usually do, I am a comfort over convention sort of person. Like the outfit's gonna look down, but it's probably gonna be some tennis shoes, a nice pair of jeans, a t-shirt, and an outerwear piece, and maybe a hat. Like
who's wearing jeans?
Period.
Who's wearing jeans?
Me.
I'm wearing jeans. Male joggers, and shoes, and a jacket, and God knows how my hair is gonna be. I could have plaits in my head, so I look like a 5-year-old, but I don't care.
Yeah, and when I moved up here, moved to Pittsburgh from Texas, I had been very, and I still identify highly with femme. And so I was very femme identifying and presenting. I was a homecoming queen, so it was very important for me to have the long hair and the dress and the nails. But then when I really started to step into my queer identity and ask myself, am I presenting the way I want to present? The answer was no. I was brought up to think, or I assume that the women that I'm attracted to, which are Black women, are not going to know I'm gay unless I have a clear marker of gayness. Like that could be, to me, like wearing no sleeves or having a tattoo on your forearm or having shaved sides. Like I feel like I am more so now inclined to see the women that I am attracted to, or even the people that I'm attracted to, more non-binary, more trans folk, are more willing to talk to me, because I feel like I have it's so fucked up though. Yes. In your head, you have these markers that mark gayness or this, now people can see. But then other people do feed into that. And like I said, when I was dressing more femme, it was only straight dudes who were coming into my DMs. And now that I dress the way that I do, it's more so the people that I want to see. So it is a yes and a no to these healing cycles. And that's also healing for me to know that the answer lies with really what I want to do. Because these people are going to think whatever the fuck they're going to think, period.
Thank you. Because my thing is like, why do I have to, because I do dress, like, I don't dress like, or whatever a bisexual should dress like. I don't know. Like, I don't get, like, a lot of women do not come up to me and, like, or encounter me, like, as a partner because I dress straight or whatever. But I'm like, why should I have to change the way I dress? Or I might I might dress too butch for a butch girl to actually like me. I'm like, this is just the way I'm dressed. Like, the person and everything underneath the clothes does not matter when you have your clothes off. Like, literally, well, I mean, the clothes don't matter when you have your clothes off. That's what matters.
Mm-hmm.
And so like my thing is like I don't feel like I do like I understand because I've been like feeling that way too. I'm like, why do I keep attracting these just straight guys, yada yada
Right.
yada. I'm like, why am I not attracting enough women? And I've had that same like individual like conversation with myself lately, and I'm just like, but I'm not about to sit here and change the way I dress
No,
for some girl who
not at
was gonna like me before to like me or to pay attention. Like
all.
I
Hell
don't have to sit here and draw a sign on my head that says gay for gay people to attract to me. Like I'm bi, like let me tattoo this bi thing so people can know they can hit on me
no.
too.
Right.
I'm like, if you're gonna talk to me, you were gonna talk to me regardless.
Regardless.
Regardless of how I dress. Like that's like one thing I've always stood by. Like if you're gonna like me, you're gonna like me regardless of makeup, regardless of my hair being done or whatever else. Like, bruh, like when I meet people out and I'm dressed up like this, the second meeting is no makeup, natural hair.
Exactly.
You gonna love and learn me like real
Period.
quick. I'm not gonna sit here and get dressed up and get glammed up and do all this for you to not like me in
Mm-mm.
the end. And like how much energy I was putting into that when I should have just been putting energy into showing you my personality. You
Yeah, if we
know?
wanted to play games, I would be with a straight person. Like, to be honest, if we wanted
Thank
to play games and act like we don't know what's going on, it's
I would be
healing
man.
to be in and of yourself, and it's healing to be in your own body, in your 2 feet, and in a space with other people who are also welcoming and doing that as well, knowing that they're also in their body and in their 2 feet. And it's not like you said, it's across the spectrum of what, no matter what you identify as in terms of your gender, your sexual orientation, but just in terms of life. I, as an Aries, have a hyper proclivity to fake shit and bullshit, but it really is healing to be around other people who are authentic and who are also authentic about their healing journey. They're being open and honest with you about their shortcomings, about things that they want to work on,
Yes.
asking for advice, looking for help. These are signs for me that you are on the journey to healing, because healing is always continuous, and that you
Yeah.
are open-minded to being healed, or to trying to get yourself to either mentally or physically to a different state than what you're in now, which means that doing things differently. And that's the biggest thing to me about healing. You have to be open to doing things differently, to
You have
trying
to be able to change.
period.
People are scared of change. People are so scared of changing because they don't want to fall into the stereotypes, so they don't want to change against something they said they weren't going to become anyway.
Mm,
Like people are afraid of change, but like if you don't adapt, you die.
period.
Like I don't understand.
Mhm.
I don't understand that. So like I feel I do feel that security when you're surrounded by people who just accept you, not
Mm,
even identify similar to you, but just accept you. That security of when people you feel safe in your skin around these people, because regardless of how I identify or who I am, they're gonna love me regardless or whatever. But like I feel like a lot of that search for security in others, you have to search for it in yourself. You have to be secure in what you are appearing as and what you are saying and who you are showing yourself to be. And where you're not secure in that, that's when like all those other subtle flaws go in and all the scared and healing, that's when you're not healing. That's just when you're just like either you're mostly attacking people when you're not healing,
right.
like you are sharpening your tools to use against them that you learn. Like it's not healing, what's it called, oh my gosh, it's like sharpening, oh god, I wish I could get that analogy correct. I wish I could. It's like
Now don't ask
but
me. I
you
smoke
you
weed. I got a bad memory.
ooh, but like your tool, like you, all these things that you learned from your past or different things that you learned on your trip, you can either use them for good or you can use them for evil. You
Period.
sit here and you can nourish the wounds that you have
Mm,
to either heal or you can cut them deeper and you
yeah.
can poke at them and you can open them up. But if that's going to be all the pain that you cause yourself, and I
Mm,
feel like people do not, like they sit there and examine the wound and they poke at it and they stretch it and they do all this other stuff, but they do not take the time to cover it, cleanse it, heal
mm,
it.
yes.
Then you examine the wound at first to see what's going on, to see where what you need to do,
Mm,
what steps you need to take to heal, and then you take care of it. I'm not saying you just cover it up with a Band-Aid, because all Band-Aids do is cut off oxygen from the wound. And so you pull off that Band-Aid, now you got an infection because you didn't clean it first, because you treat it with medication, because you did not take the steps to heal. You said, I'll cover it up, I'll put a Band-Aid on it, it's just gonna go away. That's not how your body works. Now you got an infection in your cut and heart, and now you sit here giving that infection to everyone you talk to because you didn't want to get it cleaned up, because you didn't take the time to heal yourself. Basically, people want to sit here and spread sickness and spread infection to other people instead of taking the time to heal themselves and be secure in themselves. And I feel like that's a lot of what, like, that's really the magic of healing, just finding security in your own body, in your own self, in your own skin. Like, sitting there looking at yourself naked, like, damn, that's a bad bitch. She's been through some shit, but that's a bad bitch. Like, it's being able to sit there in your skin and feel security and feel whole, and not feel like, oh my God, he ruined me, or oh my God, I can't believe she said that to me. She broke my heart. She broke my heart. He broke my heart. They broke my heart. Like, all that sitting here and just sitting in that pain, that's not going to help you. That's not going to heal you. And then covering up, talking about, oh, that never happened. I don't have feelings. I used to say that so much, like, I don't have feelings. No, I'm just.
I feel like as Black women, people love to say that Black women are strong, that we're resilient, that we can stand anything. And so it really is something that we learn to say, like, oh my gosh, I'm just so strong, I ain't got no feelings, or it's just me, myself, and I in this world. And that's really fucked up. That's not true. It is you and thousands of other people who should be helping you, who should be held accountable. You know what I mean?
We help each other because we're social creatures.
Exactly. Like, it shouldn't just be the Black woman against the world. It should never be that.
It's Black women against each other.
Yeah.
That's what I see a lot. But I'm just like, I like Black women as each other. We have so much healing in ourselves, but we get so tainted by other outside forces. Like, we have such good that we could do for ourselves and each other, but we get so tainted by, like, just one outside force that we're like, if I expose myself, if I get too close, if I try to be friends with you or whatever, you're gonna do just what she did and backstab me, or take whatever, or do whatever, and you're gonna hurt me just like they did. Like, we get so stuck into that we just get so tainted and cold and hard on ourselves.
Period.
Because when you don't allow yourself to open up, you're hurting yourself, not just that person. Because you missed out on a friendship with that person, but you missed out on experiences you could have had.
Exactly.
Because you're so hard on yourself. Like, oh, I can't let you get close to me, you're gonna mess me up like he did, or I can't let you get close to me, or you're gonna fuck me up, or something like that. And you get so hard, and you dim your magic like that. You really suffocate yourself, and you suffocate your inner self when you don't allow, when you're not allowed to express yourself to others.
Exactly.
Like, if I show you a poem and you tell me, oh, this is shit, so I'm afraid to show any of my poetry to anyone else, because you're afraid of rejection again. And so now my gift of poetry that I could have advanced and I could have shaped differently is so messed up.
Exactly.
And I refuse to engage in it because you just said it sucked.
Exactly.
And I feel like that's a lot of problems with, like, just healing and how we treat each other. It's like we're not gentle with each other, and we don't give ourselves enough grace, and we don't give enough others enough grace, and we do rely too much on what other people think.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, if you're secure in your skin, when someone says, "Oh, that poem sucks," I was like, well, obviously you didn't get the meaning. I need to read this to someone else.
Right. Let me go ahead and bring my work to someone who will understand.
Let me bring my work. Obviously, you can't read. This was anything I put.
How dare you? You obviously are illiterate.
You're obviously the dumbest person I've ever met. You can't even read. But, like, that's how we take. I feel like we just take in too much of the outer influences, and that it starts to taint your self-esteem and pull down on you, and pull down on your inner self and your inner child and that creative person, especially as a creative. Like, you take in what people say about your stuff, like, really harshly because people be like, oh, you need to separate work from business. Well, if my work is a part of me, like if my
Right.
work is something I created, of course I'm gonna take offense to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm sorry. Like people be like, it's criticism, and you got to be able to take criticism. Criticism on something I created myself is hard
Right.
to take. I'm sorry. Like
Yeah.
it'd be different if you're giving me criticism on a test that I took and I had to know this set knowledge. But this when it comes to something I create myself,
Exactly.
it's just like I'm sorry. It's not personal, but it is. It's
Yeah.
because I
And
created that.
people don't always give really constructive criticism to what it like we said before, really attaining to what it is that you see as the outcome for this project or for whatever it is that you're asking for advice on. They more so see what they want to see in their head or how they want it to be, and they're not really adhering to what it is that we need. So don't fuck up our healing cycles, y'all. Like, don't be
Yeah.
throwing in your 2 cents into what it is that I need for my healing, because I know myself best. I'm the expert of my own experience.
Yes.
And literally no one else can tell me what I need for myself more than myself. And your job as an ally or as someone who's helping someone else to heal is to help them with that. Period.
Yeah.
There's no other thing that you can really do outside of helping someone do what they want to do. As someone who runs Change Rape Culture, this movement that's centered around this idea that we should just believe women, um, or believe sexual assault survivors. There are sexual assault survivors that want to be with their abuser. There are sexual assault survivors that want to move in with these people. There are sexual assault survivors that have children with these people. And it is not up to me to be like, I don't think you should be in the situation. It's dangerous. It is up to me to say, well, what are the resources that I can get you and your children so that y'all can be able to eat this week? What is it that I can help you succeed to do what you want to do for you and your kids? Because in helping someone to reach their goals, they usually begin to see and begin to put in two and two together, that in order for me to live my best life, or if my goal is to ensure that my children can be their best, I'm going to have to leave some things by the wayside. And if I were to push them into that, or to make it seem like this is end all be all, they're not really going to get to their healing. Life is also complicated. Just like you said, dealing with law and politics, being a sexual assault survivor, it is more on the end that you are going to end up going to the jail more than your abuser is. So sometimes it actually doesn't make sense to pursue a lot of these cases. It doesn't make sense to overcomplicate things that are going on. And in fact, I'm not helping. I'm actually hurting by asking people to go to the police, or asking people to involve all these people that don't need to be involved in your business. Instead, to be an ally, to really help someone, you just have to listen and hear where they're trying to go to, and help them get baby steps to that point. You are an outside looking in on their life. You can never be in their shoes. And all you can really do is just like hope that they allow you into their life enough that you can offer the help that you think that you can be able to have. But you ain't nobody's judge and motherfucking jury. So remember that.
Oh my
Who are
God.
you?
Like, I feel like I learned that through a lesson with a friend. Like I learned that exact lesson that you said. Like she was in a relationship with this dude and they were living together. Her like she had a baby with someone else. They were living together in New Orleans or whatever. And we just happened to be there for Mardi Gras.
Uh-huh.
And her and her boyfriend got into a fight or whatever. And she called me, or my best friend called me, and she was like, are you uptown or whatever? I was like, yeah. So I pull up to her house first, and I'm the first one on the scene. I'm just like, what's going on? And she's like tearing some shit up. We ready to leave. I'm ready for her to get out, yada yada yada. And so we're moving all her stuff downstairs. I done got into a verbal argument with the dude
Yeah.
and his people or whatever. I'm ready to fight this man.
Right.
We are causing a scene. Like we could be arrested. Like, and I get really involved in like stuff like that. But I'm like, I got really involved, and like I'm just like, she ain't never gonna go back with him. She wouldn't do that. Yada yada yada. And she did.
Mm-hmm.
And I got so mad and I was so hurt because I'm like, why would you get me involved?
Mm-hmm.
And stuff like that. And I just like stopped talking to her. I like stopped being her friend. And that was the worst thing I did as an ally,
Mm-hmm.
as a person against domestic abuse, because I silenced her.
Yeah.
I, I stopped being an outlet for her. I stopped being a person that she can go to. And that's exactly what they want to happen. Like
Exactly.
real abusers want you to alienate yourself from your friends. And I let that incident and her going back to him hurt me and stop me and make me mad at her when I should be mad at him, because obviously I'm not gonna say she was manipulated, but like there was some reason she had to go back. And
Exactly.
I came to find out later there was reasons, and like he was threatening to leak nudes and stuff, and like just being aggressive, you
Yeah.
know. And he had did it before to somebody else, and so she had a lot of fear. And I did not nourish her in that right aspect. I just got mad and I shut her off and I shut her down. And I was like, I was so mad and I was so angry about it. I'm like, I can't, because I was like, you put me at risk.
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
could have risked going to jail. You don't know if he had a gun. You don't know what could have happened.
Mm-hmm.
How me, my brothers, my best friend, because it was like a whole lot of us. We could have all went to jail for fighting him. We could have all got shot trying to fight him and his people, because you don't know how his people moving or whatever else.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I was more upset at how she affected me. Like I can't believe she would disappoint me when she was going through her whole own
Exactly.
situation
Right.
and stuff like that. And I was so single-minded, and I feel like that was the worst mistake I made as an ally to someone,
Mm-hmm.
was to like cut her off and silence her and take away another resource from her for her to get out.
Mm-hmm.
I was just so hurt, and I feel like people get so clouded behind their judgment of
Yeah.
other people and
Mm-hmm.
how this is the way it's supposed to go. You're supposed to leave and never come back. When
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not that easy
Period.
to just leave and never come back, regardless of what he did or what. And I keep telling you what I would do, and this is what I'm going to do, and like that's just not how life works. And everyone has these anticipation about how they would perform in this experience or whatever else, but that's never been the case.
No.
And I'm really still upset with myself about that one. Like I can say that from like a person, like, but now like I should have just been like, what can I do to make you safe in this situation, and
Yeah.
like
Healing,
come
like you
at it from
said.
a different way. But that's
Yeah.
this years of growth. We haven't talked in like 2-3 years,
Mm-hmm.
because or no, just 1 year. We
Mm-hmm.
haven't talked in a year since that happened, because I just didn't want to open myself up to it. I'm not trying to get in your business,
Mm-hmm.
obviously. Like I was really angry at that point, but I'm just like, I lost a whole good friend about it, and I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. You don't want that. And
you
healing.
don't want that.
Healing is also continuous because the thing about it is sometimes you do have to leave people behind. It's unfortunate because I'm not saying that this relationship can't be rebuilt,
Yeah,
but that sometimes relationships can't be rebuilt. And that's the sad part about healing timelines, is that sometimes when you're healing, someone else is not, or they're not ready to, or they're not at that place. And when you really feel like you can be healed yourself, or like you're finally at that point, just like you said, you can be able to finally say, I really don't care. Like, I am, the only thing I want to do is be here for this person, is to help this person heal. So regardless of if they slap me in the face after this happened, I don't care. I know that I did what I needed to do, and that I wanted to be a good friend, and my way of being a good friend is X, Y, and Z. And
yeah,
this comes with life. Things are going to change. Like, things that I might be okay with doing to heal now, like something that's very important to me, or something that I've been doing more often, is like growing plants and just getting more close with nature, and working with something else that is alive and trying to keep it alive. um,
yeah.
has been really fun and really interesting, but it's also something that I don't think I'm going to be able to keep up for much longer, the more my busy schedule starts to get busy.
Yes,
And I'm going to have to be able to, like you said, change, adapt, find new things that are going to help me to heal, find new people. Some people, as people always say, are in your life for a season, and sometimes they're there, for
that's
forever.
exactly what I thought about too. Like
Yeah. And that
you
lesson was probably meant to be brought to you.
like sometimes you do have to let go of people, and like I already have been through the domestic violence stuff. I wasn't about to sign myself up for more, and
Yeah.
like it was reasons I cut it off. Like I'm not going to put myself in danger for someone who obviously doesn't value my life, even
Yeah.
though that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
It was just I was angry because she did not go with what I thought how it was going to go,
I
I guess.
mean, to be honest, you could just be angry. Sometimes you're angry at people in the way they heal, once again, because they're not doing it the way that you thought, that you wanted to
Yep.
be done. It's not being done the way that I saw it done. If I was in this situation, I wouldn't be doing this shit.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, that's not how healing works for everyone. And like to sit here and like I was through I'm not through my healing journey from that relationship and stuff like that, but I was through my healing journey to where the fact that I wasn't going to stand for anything that happened to me.
Right.
That was the part I should acknowledge, and not the part that she did this to me. Like I wasn't going to allow anyone to put their hands on me
Right.
regardless.
Yeah.
And that's the part I should acknowledge, and that was the anger. I and so like for it to just shut down. And like I'm still in the process, I'm still in that process of healing, but I'm at that point that I'm like, I know I can be an ally to someone now with
Mhm.
dealing with domestic abuse. I know that ain't gonna happen to me.
Right.
I ain't gonna let it happen to me, and I'm not gonna let it happen to them while I'm in their presence.
Yeah, period.
So now I can be more of an ally to someone instead of just cutting them off, which cuts off a resource and
Mhm.
literally does exactly what the abuser wants.
Yes, of course. Y'all, we really went in on this episode. I felt like I couldn't stop talking. I feel like we
I
just
could talk
healing in
more about this.
general, especially with Black women, it's just so much to talk about. We could literally have 40 episodes about this, to be honest. Like,
Healing in general. What are you healing from today? Like,
exactly, literally, what's the ritual? What is the, the voodoo that you're doing today to heal from all these ancient ass niggas that
oh,
we deal with on a daily? But thank
let
you
me
so much, Jay.
find my
Ah!
talk about voodoo. Let me find my pen.
Pin these niggas up. But thank you so much,
Oh,
Jay. Thank you so much for coming on the show, for sharing your insight, for healing with me as always, for being my friend. And this was really good.
yeah,
I'm gonna make sure that y'all hit us up both on all the channels that we have.
yeah.
I'm gonna make sure that I put all of that in the description below. This will be available on my YouTube as well as on Spotify, Anchor, and anywhere else in my podcast. I'm trying to expand it, so we'll see where we'll put it. But do you have any last words to tell our audience, Jay?
Um, I love y'all, and
Yes.
I love people in general. Like, even if I don't know you, I have love for you as a human. But this keeping your peace and giving yourself grace during this time right
Yeah.
now. It's not a time for you to spaz out about what you could be doing. It's
Mm-hmm.
what you're doing
Yeah.
that counts, really. And so just give yourself a little grace at this time, just to take a step back from what's going on outside, because it can be overwhelming and there's too much. There's too
Exactly.
much is going on outside, and I'm staying inside.
Period.
I know everything is opening up, but I'm staying inside because y'all doing too much for me out there.
Stay inside, stay gay, stay safe.
Oh,
Everybody do all the good things, and we will talk to y'all soon. Bye.
bye.